Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Today I wanted to go over this mega cool collaboration. This is a new release for September from Kizer, part of their Blade series, and it is called the Raze. What makes this knife unique is several things. One of them is its titanium body, and this particular model colorway has leather inlays, which are kind of cool. It's also a collaboration with a buddy of mine, Mark Perez, aka Loot 10 Tex, aka New Breed EDC, and I first got to see this knife at the Kizer Social at Blade Show. He had this knife, he had his wingspan and a couple of others, and I just really like Loot's design language. And I kind of noted to him when we were sitting there at the social that it kind of reminded me of a gentleman's Slurpee saver. It is definitely a gentleman's knife in terms of the thickness, the materials. It's a premium knife. It has got this really unique modified clip point blade where you've got this jimping to right here, and then you've got this clip point blade that really balances precision in that tip and strength for its intentional use, right? So whether I'm using this knife as a cutting tool or if I'm using it as a piercing tool, it's gonna perform on both of those areas. It's a flat ground blade, very, very pokey. I look at it as a fantastic splinter digger. If you got a splinter that you've got to dig, this is definitely one that's got a point that will do that. Titanium milling in the handle that kind of adds to the grip, and you've got T8 hardware all the way around, which I really like. You've got this nice titanium back spacer. You've got milling inside the show side scale and on the back scale, and you've got an internal liner lock. The action on this is wunderbar. It is amazing. It is a front flipper where you'll notice the jimping does go all the way around. One of my complaints on a lot of front flippers, which, full disclosure, is one of my least favorite ways to deploy a knife, front flipping. However, when it's done right, it makes it kind of second nature. And when I say done right, where your jimping has enough grab for your thumb, and the jimping doesn't stop right here on the face and leave it smooth on the backside. This jimping makes the turn, so I can kind of just nonchalantly go up there with my thumb, and it's going to deploy the knife. Very snappy too. So it's tuned for that top flip, also tuned for the reverse finger flip. I imagine it thumb flicks, even though I never thumb flick because my thumbs are just not that, they don't have much steeze to them, so I use my middle finger or I'll do another opening method. But what a beautiful knife. Ergonomically excellent. You've got this jimping that's strategically placed both on the frame and on the underside of the blade, right here. So it gives you a natural choil with this slightly ramped swedge there, and the way that the slightly ramped finger ramp that's jimped, and you're jimping here, it really locks your hand in. And then you've got this contoured handle that's thin, that is just no hot spots whatsoever. The clip is done meticulously where you do not feel it at all in your hand. So the second standout, besides the materials and the design of this knife, is the actual ergonomics. It is in any grip that you want to hold this knife in, it is comfortable. It is extremely comfortable, and it's not because of the leather inlays, because they've also got some with carbon fiber. It's because of the way that the knife is designed. This jimping on the blade and the frame is really unique, but it does give you a really nice place to place your finger, and you feel that it's going to be a good, sturdy, sound grip, because it couples with the jimping that's there on the blade that, again, is at a slight angle, which gives you that forward kind of thrusty or positive grip, so to speak. The materials are excellent. Besides having the leather and the titanium, you've got a blade that is S45VN, and on the clip side you'll see New Breed EDC. You'll see the name of the knife, Raze, and you'll see S45VN. And again, on the show side, you will see Kizer billboarding there. It is very, very slicey. Has a super thin grind and a really well done factory edge. This is the factory edge. I have been cutting with this knife. And it's very pokey stabby. So as you might imagine, you've got a very long, purpose-driven blade should you need to use it that way for a Slurpee saver, or should somebody come a-sneaking and you'd be faced with the tough task of should you leave them leaking. The action on this is great. The lockup is solid. The in and out of pocket is not fully deep carry, but it's a gentleman's knife. So to me, it carries very well. Thin. Not too heavy. We'll get a weight on it here in a second. But just a really nice pocket clip. Again, what I love about the pocket clip is I do not feel it in my hand when I am cutting. And it works at keeping the knife in my pocket. So that's just a mad win. I like the narrow window in the blade for deployment because it just makes it easy for me to get my finger in there. And again, if you like to front flip, this is a very easy knife to front flip with. Let's do a couple of quick size comparisons and see what we're working with. Let's look at a Benchmade Bugout. Spyderco Paramilitary 2. So it's going to be about 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 inch shorter than the PM2. It's going to be probably about 1/2 of an inch taller than the Bugout. And here's a Sharpie, just to give you guys a size comparison. Then I'll get a tape measure and drop it on it for us. I consider this a full-size knife. Comes in right under 8 inches. I'm going to call it 7.9, 7.95, almost 8 inches. The blade is 3.5 inches. The cutting area is 3.25. The handle to this gent choil, I'll give you an inside grip first. So 3 3/4 if you leave your hand back here, which I don't. I take my hand out to where the jimping is, and that is going to be roughly 4 1/16. So you got 4 1/16 from right here to the back. No lanyard to speak of, but it's not really needed. No reversible clip. It's a one side, right side carry clip. Yeah, I don't think you can switch that clip, even though the hardware is there. I think it's the right side only. But just a wonderful little knife. Let's get the blade thickness, because it is thin stock. I'm going to say it's about 0.1. .119 behind the edge. Whoops, I just slipped off of it. 0.175, and then our handle width is going to come in right over 1/2 inch at 0.53. So a very comfortable, nice, well laid out, well designed by Mark Perez, Luke 10, Texas. New Breed EDC knocked it out of the park with this design. I think it's a great collaboration between Kizer and Mark. Fantastic knife. Hats off to him. Lock bar access is excellent. Sharpening choil is done very well. You got your plunge grind coming down about right here. Let me see that there. Let's get a weight. 3.5-inch blade, premium materials, titanium S45. I'm probably going to be a little bit more than an inch per ounce, but that doesn't bother me a bit. 3.8, so it's not hardly at all. 3.5-inch blade, 3.8 ounce tool. I think it's absolutely fantastic. These things are priced pretty aggressively on Kizer's site. I think they're also on Amazon. I will leave a link or two so you guys can find this knife. It is the Raze. It's a new breed design collaboration from Kizer. It was just released this September 2025, and I think it's a winner. Guys, thank you for watching. I do want to say thank you to the channel members. I want to say thank you to anyone who comes in and watches my knife, my EDC content. It means the world to me. If you're so inclined, if you hit that subscribe button, that would be awesome. If you hit the bell notification icon, it lets you know when I release new videos and go live. And if you give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, leave a comment, that also helps the engagement. But most importantly, please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Please look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart and choose debate, not hate. I love you all.